Shet Jewelers and Diamond House. Beyond Limits. Women Redefining Success.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, V4 ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಶೆಟ್ ಜುವೆಲ್ಲರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೈಮಂಡ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಪಡಿಸುವ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ವಿಮೆನ್ ರಿಡಿಫೈನಿಂಗ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ನಾನು ಅಶ್ವಿನಿ ಅನುಷ್. ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಪ್ರತಿ ವಾರ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇರುವವರು ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಪಿಲಿಕುಲದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ RiverRoost ರೆಸಾರ್ಟ್ನ ಮಾಲಕರಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಹೆಲನ್ ಆಲ್ವರಸ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಬನ್ನಿ ಇವರನ್ನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸೋಣ. ಇವರ ಕತೆ ಏನು, ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಇವರ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್, ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಮೇಡಮ್, ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್.
Thank you.
Yes, madam. The RiverRoost, which has started in the year 2012. May I know, ma'am, where exactly this is located in Pilikula?
So we are at the base of the Pilikula Nisargadama on the riverside, the river which is River Falguni. So we have an 8-acre farm estate over there, which is filled with animals and coconut trees. It was originally a coconut garden, which we still maintain as a coconut garden, but that's where RiverRoost Resorts is located. Well, my roots are Mangaluru. My father is from Mangaluru and my mother is from Goa. However, I was born and brought up in Calcutta, and in the early 60s, my parents came to Mangaluru and I did my entire schooling in Mangaluru, starting with my primary school, right up till my college, my degree, and then I went to Canada to do my MBA. And then I came back to join my father's shipping business.
Yes, madam. You have said that you have purchased the land in the year 2005. Whether you have got difficulty to choose that particular place, or is it the first place you have chosen?
So actually it was not that I was actively looking for a place. I was driving around one day and I came across this place, and on first look I just said, okay, this is where I want to be. Mm-hmm. I didn't even ask for who was the owner, what were the documents, nothing.
So as we say, love at first sight. So you have got love at first sight of the land.
Love at first sight of the land. In fact, I was traveling the next day. I spoke to the owner very briefly and I told him, please hold it for me for 3 days. In fact, I even gave him an advance without even a receipt or an agreement. And I came back 3 days later and I bought the place.
Yeah. So you have got your dream place, then you have started your house over there,
yes.
Then you have started your business over there.
Correct.
And it is, we can say it as a business, I feel, because you said that it is your passion, right? Yeah. So you are enjoying it there.
Yes, I really like living out in the open, and it's really calm and peaceful, and it's lovely to see that now that I'm sharing it with so many other people from Mangalore and the surrounds of Mangalore, where people come by and they just have a great time with their family, their friends, colleagues. So that's the great joy for us, for people to see people celebrating the good times that they have in their life.
Yes, as you said that people come there, they celebrate their birthday parties, their anniversaries, get-togethers, kitty parties. Like, other than that, what kind of visitor used to come? Like, is it only Mangaloreans or outsiders will come there?
So, so surprisingly enough, we become quite a base for temple tourism. We have a lot of clientele coming from Chennai, from Coimbatore, to visit the various temples in Mangalore, and they stay at RiverRoost. Early morning they leave for their temple darshans, and at the end of the day they come back and then they have a family get together. So we have a separate kitchen for pure vegetarian, for Jain food, for Gujarati food. Oh. So we also catering to that kind of tourists. A lot of clientele is from Bangalore, of course, being the next closest metro to us, where people come in for either for the weekend or even corporates. They come for their off-site trainings and seminars. We do a lot of schools and colleges who come by to just spend a day with friends. They have sometimes a structured program and sometimes it's just for fun.
Yeah. Regarding the resorts, like how many rooms and all you have, and what are the facilities do you have over there?
Yeah, so where rooms are concerned, we have 8 wooden cabins, and we have 13 regular rooms. All our rooms are air conditioned, plus all our rooms have got Wi-Fi. We've got CCTV everywhere, a full-time generator. Now, where amenities are concerned, indoor, we have a lot of games for indoor playing, like table tennis, caroms, darts, chess, a lot of board games. We have a lot of outdoor space.
Yeah,
So
as
that's
you
the
said,
beauty.
it is next to a riverside.
Yes,
So-
because we are by the river, so you can even play along. You can play cricket, you can play football, basketball, volleyball. We've got grounds for that, as well as since we are farmyard friendly, we have what you call a petting zoo. So children, when they come, they can go and pet the animals, little goats and baby cows and chickens. So there are lots of things for someone to spend the whole time. The pride of place is the swimming pool. We have an infinity pool as well as a rain dance, which is also very popular. We put on our in-house DJ plays music for people to dance under the water. And since Bangalore is very hot, it's very popular for our day
Required,
packages.
yes.
The rain dance is very popular. As well as we've got boats, so you can go paddling down the stream, or we have motor boats also. So you can use the river. We've also got now a newly done is a zip line. So the zip line gives you a nice bird's eye view of the property, and lots of rope activities for kids and adults to play on. Lots of things to take Instagrammable photos, which I see is very, very popular with a lot of the crowd that comes in taking the Instagram photographs.
Yes, as you said that even you, individually, you love animals and all. Do you associate with any of the associations and all? Like,
So with Prem Chaya, which is in Bajpayee, with Animal Care Trust, with PETA, so I'm an active part of it. And even when I see stray animals on the street which are suffering of their hurt, either I pick them up myself or I will call the organization to come.
Yes, madam. And your resort, which is nearby to Nisargadama, whether do you have any collaboration with Nisargadama and your resorts?
Very much so. So, you know, in Mangalore, the Pilikula Nisargadama was beautifully developed by the district administration with its zoo. It's got a planetarium, it's got a boating lake, it's got a water park. So, by guests who come to RiverRoost, we encourage them in the daytime to go in the morning. We in fact even drop them there to go in the morning to visit all the places of interest there. They have a beautiful place which is called the Kudiyalgattu Villa. So it is where they have all the artisans displaying their stuff. So we also encourage our guests where we say, okay, we bring a potter over and you can learn to do pottery for the kids. So we bring some of the old artisans which are there to RiverRoost, and we have small playtime areas for about an hour or 2 hours where children can learn to start making small items out of clay, stuff like that.
Kind of a life skill games and all?
Life skill games we have, as well as early morning trekking. It's a beautiful road to walk up during the early mornings. So there are trekking groups which are from the Pilikula Nisargadama. So our customers, we send them along with them and they enjoy early morning out, watching the birds flying around. It's really very pretty in the morning.
So they join with the Nisargadama people or their team and they are enjoying their...
they are enjoying their time, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yes, madam. In terms of staff, what type of support system do you have with them?
So actually I've been really, really blessed, I have to say. 90% of my staff have been with me for over 12 to 14 years.
Oh.
They started
From the
off,
initial days they are there with you?
Yes, they started off when I bought the property, the locals that I started off with, they still are with me today. I have trained them personally and today they are my cooks, they are my service staff, they do housekeeping. I have a very good rapport with my staff wherein they are taught that they all multitask. There's no, right from my manager down to the service boy or the maintenance staff, everyone helps out in every role. So even if when we have a lot of guests, you will have the manager also helping out at the buffet service. There is no hierarchy at RiverRoost, and I make sure that all of us, including myself, it's very important for me to have a clean place. I can't stand garbage, I can't stand litter. And so even if it means having to clean up after my guests myself, when I go to say hello to my guests, I see paper, I see rubbish on the ground, I pick it up myself. And that has taught my staff that while they are walking, if they see a piece of paper or plastic, they have to pick it up. Whether, it doesn't matter what staff they are, whether they're the head chef or whether they're the manager, because I do it. So that's, I've been really blessed with my staff. And like I said, 90% of my staff have been with me for 12 plus 14, some of them 17 years. And it's just a very few staff who are maybe 3 or 4 years old with me.
So what is the men and women ratio of your staffs?
I'd say about 40% are women and 60% are men.
Men, okay. Yeah. Yes, in terms, like you even said that you are wishing your guests. So personally, you are welcoming your guests here?
Yeah, most of the time. When I'm in town, I do welcome my guests. I go and say hello to them generally during the meal time when I'm in the city. But rest of the time, my staff are very well trained to make sure that they're very humble, because you have to understand, my staff are all village folk. They are not educated hotel management students. They're all village folk. They're village folk not just from Moodushedde, from where we are, but from other villages too. And we have taught them to relate to people for what is necessary from a hotel point of view.
Hospitality.
Hospitality. However, their basic nature is to be humble and kind. And so that is what I'd say the advantage I have is by using the services of village folk.
So you can say that
very humble.
You can say that you are working with the innocent souls.
Correct. So they're still very humble. They still are very happy to have always a smiling face because they come from the village background.
Yes, ma'am. As you said that your resort is full of coconut trees, then the sustainability and eco-friendliness, how it is incorporated with your resort?
So one of the things I wanted to do was, because my dream was to live on a farm. So I've maintained my entire resort. It's called resort really, but actually I've taken, it's not what you traditionally call opulence. I've taken a more eco-friendly theme where we've tried to blend in with nature by using the backdrop of the coconut trees and the mountains and the river. And so we don't have any glass or granite buildings. Everything is shaped and designed to blend into nature.
So I feel that you don't have any issues with the water resources and all.
No, not at all, because we are on the river bank. More importantly, it's a dam. So that way we are very
So usually when we speak
water.
about resorts, when we speak about more people are coming to your resorts, means that you need a lot of water, so that you don't have any problem for the resources.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yes, as you said that your resort is in Pilikula, which is nearby to a Moodushedde village, where it is little interior. Like how your resort contributes to the local community and their economy, ma'am?
So first of all, 1/3 of my staff are from the local community. Besides, I do use a lot of the local artisans and a lot of the local art forms, the cultural programs for my own. When we have corporate guests coming or we have a wedding group, I call in local traditional artists like Yakshagana artists, or I call in other local
Folklore,
MCs,
yeah.
folklore artisans to come and do Bharatanatyam. So I try
Cultural, to showcase our
showcase the
culture.
local culture.
Yeah.
Yes, to the people who come from out. So one night we have where we showcase the local artisans.
Then how do you ensure that your guests have personalized and memorable stay in the resort, ma'am?
So like I said, my staff are all village folk at heart. So one is they're very kind, they're very humble, and I've also inculcated it to them to make sure that every guest, if they want quiet, they should be seated at a place where it's quieter. If they want to meet other people or they want to play out, to keep asking them, would you like something more, or would you like to do something else? So we also tell them that there are so many things in our surrounds, the Pilikula Nisargadama, a lot of temples to go and visit. So anyone who's coming to RiverRoost, we give them a program of what they can do around RiverRoost, not just in RiverRoost. So at RiverRoost you can play cricket, you can play football, you can have a lot of team building games, both inside the pool, outside the pool. We have big grounds where we have weddings, 2 stages by the river. So there are a lot of places where people can bring in, do talent shows, and so a lot of that happens at RiverRoost. Yeah.
Yes, as a single woman, it is difficult to run a business. So what are the challenges you have faced? It might be in terms of managing the property, or it might be in growing the business.
So I would actually say, as a woman, I think it is easier. By varied businesses that I've done. So RiverRoost Resorts has been my hobby business. It was for my retirement. But I actually am a customs agent. I was a stevedore at the ports. I also did a lot of work at Karwa Port and Mangaluru Port in Goa, in Tuticorin and in Vizag. And also we did a fair share of building in Mangaluru, Casa Grande being our biggest project. So I think as a woman, it's important that one of the things I think women do better than men is, one is we don't lose our temper and we don't really have an ego. So if there's something wrong with this, it's wrong. I mean, it cannot become right. And when something is right, we don't need to lose our temper or our ego about it when discussing it with somebody, because we already know it's right. So I think as a woman, it's been not so difficult to try and very charmingly explain of why something needs to be done. So I wouldn't say it's more difficult, yeah.
Yes, do you think confidence is important?
Confidence comes with the hard work that you put in for what you're looking for. If you don't not put in any hard work towards something, then you don't have the confidence to talk about it. It's just very simple.
Yes, ma'am. Can you please explain about the lesson, what you have learned from the business, this resort business?
So one is I've learned is patience and tolerance. That's something that I have really learned. Of course, because of my love of animals, my patience levels are pretty high. My tolerance was coming down because of having to deal with so much of, which I considered absolute nonsense, just running around and around in circles, trying to get one license, one paper passed. So my tolerance level was coming down. But with the resort business, I think I've learned to be a little more tolerant, be a little more patient. So that's one of the main things. And also to appreciate the different cultures that we, especially in Karnataka, the languages, the cultures, the style of people, various styles of enjoyment. To appreciate each one's outlook on what they consider a good time, which may vastly vary from mine. So that is something has been a learning curve for me, and yeah, very happy that I decided to do this.
Yes, you are in your retirement
Yes.
field now. So what life experience taught you, ma'am?
Life experiences like till today, whatever you do is to do it well. If you don't feel like doing it, then just don't do it. But don't do something half-heartedly. Don't do something just because your parents or your grandparents or your neighbors have told you that you have to do it. Either because you have to do it, then do it properly. Otherwise, just do something else. And that, I think, is very important. That no matter what I do, even if it's picking up garbage, I do it with enthusiasm. Otherwise, why do it?
Who you are doesn't matter.
Absolutely unimportant. It's just unimportant. If something has to be done, I'll do it.
Everything, whatever you do, if you love to do that work, then only you can be a success.
That is one thing. Another thing is I believe that you should be able to do any kind of work. Just because today you believe that you've climbed a certain place and there's menial work that you're not supposed to do, I don't think that's a right way of going about it, because that limits what you can do in a day. So that's been a great learning for me. Do things with enthusiasm, otherwise don't do it.
Yes, ma'am. At the end, what message would you like to give for women empowerment?
I think for women entrepreneurs, there's really nothing more different that I'd say to any young person, whether they're women or a man. What's important is do your homework. If you don't understand something, employ someone to do it. Like today, I won't proudly say it, but I have to say that because something I don't like, I still cannot operate a computer. My phone is also a computer which I can barely operate. However, I can't do it, but that doesn't mean that I won't get somebody else to do it. So don't let what you can't do, just because you don't want to do it, don't let it limit you to what you can do. There's so many people around. Just bring them into your circle. Bring them under your umbrella and work together with them. You know, it's like in all the jobs that I've done, wherever I've worked together with my managerial staff. There's no thing that I'm the boss and you are my staff. There are a lot of times they correct me ma'am, that's not the way it has to be done. And I don't have a problem with it. They correct me. I mean, I get more corrected.
Listening is not a wrong then.
Yeah, so they know it better because they're doing it every day, and I have no problem being corrected. And that's what every young person should learn. Just because you studied in a college or whether you did study at all, it's important to do it with enthusiasm, and what you don't know, just get someone who knows to join you. And then you
Teamwork is also a matter a lot.
Teamwork is very important. Yeah.
ಇಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ ಕೆಲಸ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಫಲಕಾರಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂತಹ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಮೇಡಮ್, ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೊತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಲೈಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ. ಇಂಥದೇ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಭೇಟಿ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರಿ V4 ನ್ಯೂಸ್, ಮುನ್ನುಡಿ ಮುನ್ನಡೆಗಾಗಿ.
Shet Jewelers and Diamond House, Beyond Limits. Women redefining success.